Hello, everybody. So, did you have a good Christmas? We had, we had a lovely Christmas, and just trying to kind of make sense of it all now and kind of process it all. We sort of got ill again. Well, the kids got ill, sort of from Christmas, but we didn't let us stop that didn't stop us, there we go, from having a good time. So I thought I would share with you something that I do every year. I have one of my planners, because I'm a plannerholic, as it were. So what I do after Christmas is I do a little bit of an evaluation, basically. So looks like that. So what I do, and I thought I'd share that with you, in case it's something that you find useful too. So I break it down into sections. I have a section of what went well. So I just basically take some time to process, because I find, particularly if you're like the prime organizer for everything, which is what I am, that come Christmas you could sort of feel a bit, not necessarily depleted, but a little bit tired, and sort of like for me, I spend so much time and energy on Christmas, and then I need to renew that energy again. And to do that, I sort of process. I like to process thoughts and feelings and things. So yeah, I sort of look at what went well, and then I look at not what didn't go well, because I don't necessarily believe in that. I feel like that's sort of a bit of a negative kind of way of looking at things. So I always put what could be improved. And then from those two things, I then write a to-do list for things I want to do, like coming up over the year or for next year's Christmas, things that I might need to buy. And I always like to reflect on what the children's favourite presents were, because or kind of what's been played with the most, and because I find that kind of really insightful for planning future presents, or birthday presents, or that kind of thing, and just a little bit of a look into my children's psyche. So I'm going to share with you what went well in our house for Christmas. So for another year, we had the Christmas day on our own. So we went to my sister-in-law's on Christmas Eve with the whole family, and had a get together with everybody then. And then on Christmas Day, we had the day just the four of us at home. And that went really, really well. As I've spoken before, I do have children with additional needs, and Christmas can be quite an overwhelming time. I mean, part of like our autistic spectrum, Christmas, as you may have realised, is like our specialist topic. But still, Christmas can be quite overwhelming for children, and I personally, we never went anywhere when I was a child on Christmas Day. I really enjoyed just staying at home and playing with my brand new toys. So I sort of feel like that the same with the children. I mean, I have said in past years, we're not going anywhere, but you're welcome to come to us. Because again, I sort of feel a bit guilty of like saying, here you go, kids, here's your toys, and now we're going to grandma's, that kind of thing. So in the past, I've said, we're staying here, you can come to us. But actually, it gets quite intense and things. So last year, we had Christmas on our own as the four of us. I think, did we possibly the year before, because of, the pandemic and stuff. So we decided to do that again this year, and that went really, really well for us. It meant that we could do things entirely at our own leisure. We didn't have to worry about kind of like, getting dressed at a certain time for people to come round or anything like that. It was lovely. We spent most of the day in our pyjamas. I think we changed into fresh pyjamas. So yeah, that was really nice, being able to do things at our own pace. And then we had John's parents round on Boxing Day in the afternoon. So yeah, also went well. The kids were really happy with their presents. This year we had that midnight feast, which wasn't really midnight, it was more like 6 p.m. But we had the downstairs Christmas tree sleepover. So that went really well. That was really nice. This year we did our home ed topics were all Christmas themed. Even if it was maths, it still had a Christmas theme. So everything in our home ed was, home ed homeschool was Christmas themed, which worked really well and was really good. This year we had a really good balance of time at home versus time out and about, I think. I've become sort of very aware that we need to have a lot more time at home. I know it's funny because people bang on about home ed kids and being socialised, but that all depends on the person and their needs and everything. And, you know, going out and socialising does put a lot of extra pressure on us all. And it's nice to have some downtime at home, particularly in a very busy, not a busy time, but an overwhelming and overstimulating time. So yeah, I feel like we had the balance of going out and staying at home quite well for this festive period. We did some good craft activities, so I was really pleased with that, and the kids enjoyed those. As I mentioned a few times, I started to do like sort out various bits around the house and listed them on Vinted, and managed to sell quite a few things on Vinted. So that was good, made a bit of money and cleared some space as well. I bought more consumable items this year for everybody. So like toiletries, bath products, we all enjoy a nice bath, food items, that kind of thing, doing things, and that went down really well than just more stuff or extra toys that, you know, you need to manage and all that stuff, you know. And I managed to send my post to my mum and dad in Italy loads earlier. So they actually got their package before Christmas this year. Because last year I was really behind and they didn't end up getting their package till mid-January. So there we go. What could be improved? So what could be improved is a plan of activities. The lot of activities and things that we did were kind of either I planned them as and when we went, or sort of spur of the moment. And that was because, as you guys know, I had that chest infection and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So I was sort of ill on the, you know, run up to December and things. So yeah, I'd like to next year kind of plan out in advance and have some stuff prepped and ready to go. That would be good. I'd like to watch more movies. We didn't watch hardly any movies this year, so I'd like to watch more movies. For some reason this year, the kids went off the hot chocolate bar. I don't know why, because they normally love it. And interestingly, I don't know, because we do sort of drink hot chocolate quite a bit, but this year, I don't know. I think in part of that is because at the start of the December, I'd purchased Squirty cream and we'd run out of that, and I didn't purchase any more. I didn't really go shopping. So that was potentially why they kind of lost interest. And also, I really struggled this year to buy candy canes from anywhere. And our elf also struggled to get candy canes to us. So I don't know. I think those two things combined, just, I don't know, they just sort of went off it. So I'm not sure what that was about. So there we go. Something I normally do, and I hadn't done this year, is purchasing store cupboard things. You know, food and drinks and all that kind of stuff, like the store cupboard long date stuff. I normally start that in sort of August, September time, but I didn't this year. It's a little bit complicated, but this year has been slightly turbulent financially, shall we say, and there hasn't always been leeway in the weekly shopping budget to do that. Also, I haven't necessarily been shopping weekly this year because I've been doing a lot more of the Olio food waste hero stuff. So I've been sort of rescuing food from going to landfill and the best before stuff and all that. So yeah, we don't always go shopping that much anymore. So there wasn't always that opportunity. But yeah, this year I'm going to write a list. I'm going to write a list. That's on my to-do list. We could have started some of our crafts earlier. I feel like we sort of ran out of time to do some of the crafts that we wanted to do. And also, because I hadn't been shopping and because I hadn't prepped, I didn't have stuff in for all the things we wanted to do. Like, I don't feel like we really did much baking this year. You know, that kind of thing. So, following on from that then is my to-do list. So, on my to-do list, I've got plan a store cupboard procurement schedule. Doesn't that sound posh? Plan a store cupboard procurement schedule. So I'm going to do that. / look at products and see what's got like the longest dates on it and kind of work out what I can buy when, like, in order kind of thing. Also a finance / budgeting spreadsheet thing. And just, you know, try and be better at the budget. I mean, we don't have a budget for Christmas, which doesn't mean it's an endless pot of money. It means that it's flexible. And I don't stick to a budget because I think that, you know, we just kind of do what works for us at the time, if you know what I mean. And like some things you can get for a bargain or whatever. And I just kind of do what feels right. But I want to kind of be more aware of the money and where the money is coming from. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about money because it's vulgar, but yeah, we're in a totally different world at the moment, and so money's kind of like a bit hectic. This year I want to be better at well, we still need to do more of a declutter. We need to do more of a sort out. So I want to plan in a bit of a schedule in that. So for example, like, I'm going to tackle this cupboard this week and I'm going to tackle that cupboard another week. I want to make it bite size so that it's not too daunting, but I want to have a really good clear out. So, I mean, it's not that we're necessarily hoarders. It's just that we don't get round to doing this sort of stuff. And we always knew when we had our eldest child, we always knew that we were going to have another, well, we didn't always know we always wanted another child. So, we held on to everything, and then next child came, and the next child came with lots of stuff as well, because we became parents via adoption. So, like, she also came with loads of stuff, and then like Christmas and birthdays come around, and like they get bought more stuff, but we hadn't cleared out any of the other stuff. So yeah, we need to kind of like, you know, get rid of some things, like, you know, and they've grown. Like now my youngest has grown and things, and we've still got that stuff. So yeah, all like the babyish things, we need to kind of get rid of those. So I want to like tackle an area of the house, you know, and, you know, donate stuff and sell stuff. So yeah, now I'm into my Vinted, so I want to do that. Print 2023 gift lists earlier. So I have a planner, as you well know, because I sell planners, and I'm, you know, if you're looking for planner stuff, links are in the description below. I sell them as printables and as hardback copies and all that kind of stuff, both for Christmas and other stuff. But this year, I went shopping in the January sales, and my brain put the stuff away and like actually didn't write it in my planner, which is so bad for a planner person, right? So yeah, I didn't write it in my planner, so I'd forgotten that I'd bought some bits in my, you know, bought bits. So this year, when I buy stuff, that's got to be written down straight in the planner. So that is on here. Sort out the 2023 planner and gift lists like now, like early. I also want to do a social media and a content schedule, Christmas related, because I'm going to keep doing the Christmas content all year round. But yeah, I need to have a bit of more of a think and an idea. I mean, in here, I have got like tons of ideas for videos, but I need to kind of like put them into like a coherent and work out what we're going to do. A business plan for new products, because every year I come up with some new Christmas products for my Etsy store. Usually things like nice list certificates, Father Christmas letters, tags, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I need to kind of think about a plan, what I'm going to do this year, what business products, you know, what new products am I going to do, when am I going to do that, to give myself extra time. And yes, I also need to look at what our Christmas crafts stuff. We have, like, just there. You may have seen it in some of my Vlogmas videos, like our home ed / craft shelves, that kind of thing. I did notice this year that our Christmassy things are kind of quite depleted now. Bits and bobs. I am going to cut up our Christmas cards and keep those. But yeah, like a lot of our other bits and bobs are quite depleted. So I need to have a think about what we've got and then start thinking about what perhaps we need, because I want to do the, as I said, what could be improved is doing our crafts earlier. So yeah, I want to kind of look at what we've got, and so that I can, just like with buying our food and store cupboard stuff to like earlier to spread the cost, I want to do that with other things like the craft things and that, you know, because they'll keep, like things like glue, PVA glue, I can make sure I've got that in, or clay or whatever, I can make sure I've got that in because it keeps. So that is my to-do list. Right, I've got a to-buy list as well. So on the to-buy list is new cushions. So the cushions that we have, I changed my cushions for Christmas. I'm actually a seasonal decorator, seasonal thingy. So John and I have been living together, something like 20 years, can't even remember now. And so over time we've accumulated stuff. So we have cushions for each season and Christmas. Well, actually, our summer ones are blue and I use them in winter as well. But anyway, I'd like to buy some winter cushions as well. So yeah, our Christmas cushions, they're really quite old. And actually, we had a little visitor. So they were in the loft, and we had a little visitor in our loft this year who rather took a liking to the cushions and decided to have a little bit of a nibble on the cushions. Yeah, so we need new cushions. I did wash them when they came down. I did wash them. But yes, they've got lots of chew marks in them. But because they're so old, they're so thin and like a bit crappy anyway. So yeah, could do with some new cushions. So my eldest daughter, she has got a little Christmas tree in her bedroom that was mine from when I was a child. In my bedroom. And my youngest daughter, she wanted a tree, so she was like, well, how come she's got a tree in her bedroom? But that didn't happen until sort of like into a month, and there wasn't any budget. So this year I want to buy a little tree for her bedroom, like a desk size tree for her bedroom. But I think I might buy one for my eldest as well. So I'll buy two. Because the one, as I said, the one that she's got in her room is mine from when I was a kid at home. So it's very old, a little bit bald and all that. Yeah, it's kind of nice for them because every year at the beginning of the month, our elf comes and she brings our advent calendar, and she always brings the children a decoration or a bauble or something for their tree. And that's what happened in my family. So it's nice for them to have their own trees that they can put them on in their room. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy it or not. John thinks we might have some that we could use, but potentially a new stocking for John, because again, that little furry visitor that we had also took a liking to John's stocking and chewed the end of it. Yeah, luckily he'd got something big that I could stuff down the bottom to kind of stop things falling out. But yeah, John seems to think that we've got some other stockings, so I might not need to buy him a stocking, but furry visitor. And I've got on here a new bedding set, ? Because I'm not all that keen on my bedding set, for my Christmas bedding set. We don't have a lot of linen actually. So we could do with some new bedding in general. Actually, it's all a bit old and a bit tatty because I haven't bought any since we've moved to this house, and we've been in this house what, 9 years. So yeah, so I might buy myself a new bedding set. I was kind of hoping to find something in the sales, but I didn't have any money for the sales, and I haven't really seen any anyway. So yeah, I'm going to kind of be keeping my eye out for some new bedding. So that's on my to-buy list. Obviously, there'll be like the presents on the to-buy list and the food on the to-buy list, but I'm talking about like added things. Oh, I forgot to say about the to-do, because we were discussing it today about when the tree comes down and all that. We want to get all of the boxes out because they seem to have bred. The boxes seem to have multiplied. So we're going to get all the boxes out and we're going to have a good go through them and kind of work out, like either repackage them better or, you know, move stuff on or whatever. So that's on the to-do list as well, is to kind of go through the Christmas decorations if I can. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. Oh my gosh. Okay, and so I think that's it. Yeah, so what went well, what could be improved, to do and to buy. And then, as I said, every year I ask my children, like, you know, work out what my children's favourite Christmas presents are, because I find that quite insightful. And I did actually this year ask my eldest daughter about what her favourite thing about Christmas was. And it melted my heart, because she said that her favourite thing about Christmas was seeing her sister's face in the morning when she realised that her stocking was full and that she'd got like candy canes and a chocolate Santa and stuff sticking out of the top. So when she woke up and she called, you know, she called for us and stuff, and I went in to see her, and then my eldest woke up and was like, rushed into her room to see her. And like she came out of her room and was like, hi, you know, and like we were like, stocking, you know, hoping that she would notice her stocking, because we'd all seen ours, and yeah, and so the moment she saw that stocking, she was just like, oh, because this was her year. This was like the first year that she really got it, you know. And I thought that was absolutely amazing that my eldest daughter said that was her favourite thing about Christmas, was seeing her sister's face when she saw her full stocking. Oh my god. Right. Trying to keep this video fairly succinct, but never really good at that. Okay, so my eldest daughter, her favourite presents, because she couldn't narrow it down. But I've made these lists based on what I asked the children what their favourite presents were and what I've observed. So like from what they've played with and things. So my eldest daughter, we bought her a keyboard. It was a second-hand keyboard that we bought from of a friend, actually. We only paid £10 for it, which was a real bargain. And so my daughter had expressed an interest and wanted to play keyboard, but we didn't really want to buy a really expensive one if it was just like a fleeting fad, you know. So we said if we bought this, and, you know, that will actually do her really well for quite some time. And we were like, if she's really good at it, or, you know, really takes off or wants to do it, then we can look at buying her another one. But she has loved that keyboard and she has played it every single day since she's got it. Grandma bought her a load of fidget toys, and she loves fidget toys anyway. And yeah, she has loved playing with all her little fidget toys. Costumes, she got a couple of costumes this year from an aunt and one from Father Christmas and stuff. And the costumes, always a big hit. My kids love dressing up. My friend bought her a tie beanie boo, something my daughter loves, and she got her the sloth one, and that she has carried around with loads. And she also got a Mildred the Crocklebog from Bewilderwood toy from Father Christmas, which she has also really loved. She loves soft toys. And her tickets. So my mum and dad bought us, me and her, tickets to go and see the Nutcracker Ballet, which we've been to see, and it was amazing. And also she's got tickets from Father Christmas coming up for another show. And so they've been really popular. So that's what she was really into. And my youngest, her favourite stuff is she got a Barbie camper van. It's not really a Barbie, it's a glitzies. It's basically the same dimensions and everything as a Barbie. It's just a cheaper version of the Barbie because, you know, yes. And it was in the Tesco's half price sale. So I paid, the better than half price sale because it's towards the end, which I only paid, and I'm really sorry guys, if you bought the Barbie camper, close your ears. I paid £15 for it. I mean, it's pretty shit. In some ways. So I'm kind of like disappointed with it because it's not great. I mean, I remember my Barbie camper when I was younger. That would be really good. So yeah, it's not as good quality. It is a bit shit, but I paid 15 quid for it. So I'm not sure how much it would have been in the real price, but you know, 15 quid. But she loves it. She loves it. It's pink. It's hideous. It's in my front room, but she loves it. So there we go. And she got an Elsa doll, not like an Elsa Barbie doll, but like it's a cross between a baby and a doll. It's kind of weird. It's got like a big head and stuff. Loves it. She has carried that around with her so much, and it came with a crown and a necklace that you can wear yourself. I saw that the other day in B&M and it was like 40 quid. Well, I only paid a tenner for it from Tesco's. So I was a savvy shopper. So yeah, my mum and dad bought her a little dog that you can put on a lead and walk around and it woofs and stuff. Loves that. But the weirdest thing though, she's played with the lead, which is basically a stick, way more than the actual dog. It is so weird. Kinetic sand. She has played with that loads. She's absolutely loved that. And her bubbles. She got pots of bubbles and bubble wands. And that's what she has played with the most. So, yeah. Sharing that in case that's, you know, if you've got kids that you need to buy for. That's what my children's favourites were. So, yeah. That's my evaluation of Christmas. It may seem extreme, but I like it, as I said, to like process everything that's gone on and to kind of input what planning I'm going to do for the next year. So yeah, you can expect content from me coming over the course of the year that's all Christmas related. So there we go. I hope you found that interesting. And if you don't already do it, have a go at doing it yourself. You might want to set different criteria. But as I said, I've got what went well, what could be improved, to buy, to do, and then favourite presents or favourite things about Christmas. Yeah. And I just find that just sort of just really interesting and useful. And it's kind of like a nice memory keeping thing as well. So here's to a good new year and to 2023 Christmas. Bye.